This is Madhurima from CSC. Now we are going to know the topic about of space-based AI model. A space-based AI model means of artificial intelligence robot. This is a block diagram of a robotic model. Okay, the robotic model consists of controller, information processing unit, sensor, chips, beams, and lots of things which constructs the robot. Let's take an example. If a robot is sent onto the Mars, how it's work? What type of activities is used? Okay, if a robot is sent onto the Mars, it takes like a camera. It works like as in a camera, where the camera captures all the things where we have gone. Okay, like the robot also works like that only. It takes a few pictures like water molecules, stones, land areas which are present on the Mars. It takes the pictures of them and send to the us how the Mars looks like and how where the human being live or not. Okay, those are the characteristics which are presented by a robot. The robot works with the help of artificial intelligence. It's the meaning of AI. Where the man can live or not. It says the robot consists of lots of characters. The lots of characters are represented by the artificial intelligence like AI. The AI represents the how the robot moving its arms and how it's walking, how it's jumping. These all characters are noticed by AI and it all are represented in the chip, microchip. The microchip does the certain activities with the robot. The robot depends upon the microchip. The microchip makes the robot to do certain activities like taking the pictures and walking, like moving its arms and sensing the signals and etc. These all are activities done by the microchip. In the robot, the microchip is a specific thing which makes an important role which where the robot works under microchip. The microchip is a specific thing which makes the robot as a perfect. So this is all what some few points we know about space-based AI robot.
Priyanka from Megha Institute of Engineering and Technology for Women, Department of CSC from 4th year. My topic is mixed reality technology. Mixed reality technology is a combination of virtual reality and augmented.
I am this is the diagram of mixed reality technology. In this diagram have inputs and outputs. The inputs and outputs have interfaces and devices, and the inputs will take the data. Input takes the data from a mixed reality system, and it will throw the output to the command data to the output system.
I am from Mietw CSC. I am here to explain virtual reality, which is a part of mixed reality. Here, virtual reality is a computer technology to stimulate the environment. Unlike traditional,
server is going to fetch the data from the database. Again, the response rate is going to store the data and it sends to the client. And it is nothing but the installing user.
This is an example of HoloLens. So inside the HoloLens there are 6 parts. That is one camera, computer, lenses, pen, sensors and buttons. From CSC department, the topic is advantages of HoloLens. First, it is easy to wear and use, and it is very useful for technology and design and futuristic innovations. It is a
My name is Karishma from Mietw. Our project is space-based nano robot. The main theme of this project is robot launching in Mars and taking few pictures of the stones. And space-based nano robot is especially designed to launch the robot on the planet Mars and to find the water molecules and dust stones in the Mars. And this rocket will be launched on the Mars and specifies or identifies the water molecules and the stones on the Mars. It will be taking the pictures of those.
My name is Arshanisha. Coming to the block diagram, first inside the nano robots we are having the motors. Motors is connected to the wheels. Motors have been moved in a first inside the nano robots we are having the motors. Motor is connected to the wheels of the robots. Motor has been moved in a proper direction, so it should have AI chip. AI chip is programmed in such a
robot direction has been moved. The first source of supply is DC, some rechargeable battery. Then we are placing inverter, from which DC is converted to AC. AC is given to the motor. At the same time, AI chip is programmed. My name is K. Kulalika. Space-based nano-robots connected to the rockets which are launched into the space. Now from the rocket, space-based nano-robots are get detached and the space-based nano-robots are in the space. It will propagate itself. When we have to take certain pictures, again we are placing the AI photosensor to the photosensor is directed to the AI chip. Photosensor will take the pictures it will take what objects are present in the space or which nature of the object it will know, and it is captured by the photosensor, and it is also having a transmitter. It sends the signal. Once the robot reaches the signal, it is directed to Mars of the automatically it turn on and AI chip will turn on. Entire machine starts to move. Now it takes the pictures.
My name is Harika. Coming to the ultrasonic sounds in the robot. Here first of all we include the header file, then after we declare some variables. Here the variables are LED1 duration, distance, trip pin, echo pin. Here the duration is for the time traveled by the ultrasonic sound and the distance for ultrasonic sounds are traveled by the ultrasonic sounds. Here the trip pin and the echo pin are for the ultrasonic sensor. And here the trip pin are used for transmit the ultrasonic sounds and echo pin is used to receive the ultrasonic sounds. Then we enter into the main method. The main method name is a setup. And here we set the trip pin has an output and echo pin has an input. Then we loop method. In this loop, the main work of this loop is if we give any condition until the condition gets satisfied, it continues the loop. In loop method, we have two methods, distance call and the light. In distance call method, we set the trip pin in the low state and the high state. Here also, echo pin is set to the low state and the high state. And then we calculate the distance of the ultrasonic sounds. The distance formulas distance equals the duration into the value. In the if statement, if the if statement is satisfied, then it returns whole equal to 1. If it's not satisfied, it enter into the else state. And after that, the else state is satisfied, then it returns the whole equal to 0.
After robot moves, here we declare several pins ENT, END and PW pins. These pins was used to determine the robot moves. Here first we set up the several methods, which is ENT as output, END as output, and remaining PWM pins as also output. And coming up to front, which is this was used to move the robot in frontwards. Here we just declare the ENE as 75, and coming up to right, this was used to move the robot as right side. Here we declared IN1 as high, and coming up to back, here we declared IN2 and IN4 as high. This was used to move the robot backwards. And stop. This stop was mainly used to robot to stop the work. Here we set the all PWM pins as low. And finally, we declare loops. These loops was mainly execute this condition until it gets satisfied.
We have a good explanation about the space-based nanorobot with our team members. About the space-based nanorobot, which helps us in finding the water molecules on the planet of Mars and also helps us in finding the source which present on the planet of Mars. We also had the block diagram which explains the interiors of the robot. We also had the explanation about the program and the coding. Well, I enhanced my participation in space-based nanorobot with appropriate diagram explanation. I enhanced my participation in space-based nanorobot with the appropriate block diagrams and the program. V. Sirisha, thank you for this opportunity for presenting our project before you. Thank you.
electromagnetic rocket, and this electromagnetic rocket is powered with solar cells. And this solar cells is connected to the DC current, and DC current is connected to the inverters, and inverters is connected to the alternating current. And alternating current is connected to the rotating magnetic field. With the help of the rotating magnetic field, the rocket will be moved from one place to another, and the motor will also move from the one place to another. And this is the simple block diagram of electromagnetic.
So we are having some information regarding AI during the space launcher. And space launcher is an electromagnetic rocket which works with the rotating magnetic force. At present, we are having the rocket based upon ignition systems, and we are supposed to impact huge amount of cost and then efficient is less. So electromagnetic rocket cost is less, it is easier landed into the space. They can track satellites and the satellite positions also. Electromagnetic rocket works with the principle of rotating magnetic force. A simple program to run a motor using the C program, and this is the simple program.
Good morning everyone, my name is Manasa. Today I came up with an innovation idea, that is rescue alarm or flood warning alarm for houses.
As we can notice in India, during rainy season, we find people living in sleepy areas and hill areas are struggling. Nearly 73 million Indians lack proper housing. In slums, there are just bare structures which reach to the water coming inside their houses. After the storm clears, the people not only become homeless, there will be no protection.
This rescue alarm consists of transmitter, sensor, tracker and buzzer. Transmits the message from the rescue team. Sensor sensors the water level. Tracker helps to find the extra location. Buzzer alert the people inside and outside the house.
Rescue alarm is placed in each house. When water reaches to certain level, the sensor immediately take action by using message to buzzers. It buzzers by using an alert. The transmitter placed in alarm transmits its message to rescue alarm. By the help of a tracker, the rescue team can reach to the location in no time to save the people.
Advantages of rescue alarm are helps to save people in no time. Immediate action can be seen.
My greetings to everyone. My name is Aishwarya. I am from CSC branch. We all belongs to BTech first year student. We are taking part in a competition with our Innovative Idea Challenge. Today, being a first year student, our project title is based upon the concept Brain Machine Interface, which is also called as brain mapping. Now my friends are going to explain about this brain mapping.
So, what is brain mapping?
Brain mapping is a process of transferring information from one person to the another person. For example, let us consider a terrorist. Everyone says that terrorist is not a good person. He kills the innocent people. In engineering point of view, terrorist brain is filled with different terms and different technology. But we say as an engineer, instead of killing the terrorist, we change the mindset of the terrorist. Human brain is filled with number of natural neurons. First, we operate with the terrorist brain. We make the natural neurons of the terrorist brain to zero, and this process is called masking. Masking means making natural neurons to zero. Then we create artificial neurons. These artificial neurons are stored in the microchip, and inside the microchip we store the program.
So inside this microchip, we are going to store the program. So what is the program? Now let's take the name is Ramu. He is a farmer and he is going for education and he has a family. So these basic information is written in the form of program and stored inside the microchip. And this microchip is connected to artificial neurons. And the information in the microchip is applied to artificial neurons. These artificial neurons will replace the natural neurons. That is, in a terrorist brain, we are going to replace these natural neurons by artificial neurons by keeping an artificial neuron cap in terrorist brain, which is EEG. So what is an EEG? EEG means it's an electroencephalography method which is used to record electrogram of the spontaneous electrical activity of brain. Now, the functioning of these natural neurons is zero and are dominated by artificial neurons.
After particular training process, the terrorist brain will be respond to the particular input. Like his name Ramu, he is a farming, he go to education and he got a family.
So the general code is start, T1 is the terrorist, R1 is the Ramu, XYZ are the variables, mask T1 neurons. That means making the natural neurons to 0 and then moving the artificial neurons to the microchip. Then we are repeating this process for the 360 days. And
So this is the process where this information is stored initially in a microchip and from microchip to the human brain.
This is an expected journey and a fabulous day to everyone present here. My heart interfaces with brain, which has billions of neurons, so eager and confident to communicate with the external world. Today, along with all different physical energies, I could experience the huge wireless electromagnetic energy, which I want to welcome to this particular session. Myself, Swan, and my friend Sidran, we are from BTech first year PhD branch, and this is our third day of engineering in our campus. We came up with our project using artificial intelligence-based electromagnetic heart. The survey done in 2017 says that many people around the age of 50 to 70 suffer from disease called cardiovascular disease. So, we as an engineer came up with the idea of artificial heart, which can replace the natural heart. The person is going through an open heart surgery. The artificial heart replaces the natural heart within the time period of 9 seconds, and the artificial heart is connected to the blood wall and is going to pump the blood throughout the body.
Hello, we are from Megha Institute of Engineering and Technology for Women's. I and my friends worked on smart dustbin using Arduino. The main motto of this idea is to maintain our environment clean.
In this project, we are using hardware and software. Hardware are Arduino UNO, SG90 micro servo motor, Spark1 ultrasonic sensor HC SRO4. Software is Arduino IDE.
Parking concepts of smart dustbin. The sensors used by the smart dustbin scan to identify the trash in front of it. The signals transmitted to the Arduino UNO. The servo motor opens the flap of top of the trash bin. After Arduino recognizes the dust and sends the signals to it. Here race is only intended open 3 seconds before the automatically closes simply. Little modifications to the code in the Arduino IDE. You can change the time.
Circuit diagram for smart dustbin using Arduino. We are taking one Arduino board, one breadboard, one sensor meter, and one ultrasonic distance measurer. Now connections are from ultrasonic distance measurer, which is connected to Arduino board, to pin 4, which is in the color of blue, and ultrasonic distance measurer is connected to Arduino board to the pin 5, which is in the color of violet, and also sensor meter, which is connected to the Arduino board, which is in the green color with the 5 volts, and black color, which is connected to the ground, which is also connected to the Arduino ground, and sensor meter, which is the power supply, which is connected 5 volts to the Arduino board.
Let's discuss code for smart dustbin using Arduino. Firstly, we are using header file servo.h, which contains all servo functions. Here, naming the servo as DIY servo. Then we using trick pin and echo pin. Connecting trick pin to pin 4 of Arduino. Connecting echo pin of pin 5 of Arduino. Then we use a few variables like distance, duration, centimeter. Distance is used to measure distance from ultrasonic sensor. Duration is used to measure the time. Then go for the void setup. Here we using signal pin of servo to pin 3 of Arduino. Then initializing trick pin as output pin. Then initializing echo pin as input pin. Let's run the loop. Here ultrasonic sensor measures the time. In this loop, we are measuring the distance between transmitter and receiver. Here we convert the time taken to get the distance of object. Now, acting according to the distance measured, if distance is less than 30, then DIY servo motor runs 180 degree to open the bin, delay of 3 seconds. Otherwise, it delay of 5 milliseconds.
Greetings to all here from Megha Institute of Engineering and Technology for Women's Stream CSC. We are final year students. Today our topic is image recognition. Image recognition is a process of identifying and detecting an object in a digital images. It is known as image recognition. Digital image is nothing but a representation of 2D images.
Training data, reprocessing, future extraction, future order setting, information. First is data aggregation and sensing, reprocessing, future extraction.
In the image recognitions and edge detection, image recognition is to feed input into the network, and reprocessing helps to gather features and expectations from the network. Common methods in edge detection were Kenny edge detection and second is Sobel edge detection. So we are just going to call the program which is already there which is already predefined, and we are importing the number as empty. This is used, it is a module which is used to calculate the mathematical calculations. And byte count, for count things we are going to import the byte count module. And here basically this is of three parts. First of all we are defining the function, and using the loops for multiple purposes and giving the output. So first of all we are defining the function. Here the function is extract fingerprint image. So here we are taking the variable name called gray image. In this, the color of the image is going to be stored, which is gray, plain, and green. These are the three colors which is going to store. And CD2 color, BGR2. This is for dimension purpose. Whenever we are going to give the input as a fingerprint, it will take the dimensions like height and width. So here 127 is the height and 55 is the width, which is the maximum width. So under these numbers, we can give our input as a requirement. And counter. For counter purpose, here we are giving that whenever we are giving the input, it will take the input as a binary codes in zeros and ones. And then here maximum area is 0 and maximum count is null. This is the initial count whenever we are going to process our input. And here we are going to detect the image. For image detection purpose, we are going to define the function. And this is for multiple users. Whenever we are writing a code, it is not for a single person. So we are using loops for multiple purposes, for multiple people. Here area is cv2.counter area. Here counter area means how many times we are going to give our input as a fingerprint. It will store the count. If area is greater than maximum area is equal to area, and maximum count is equal to count. Whatever the input we are giving, it is the maximum area. It will store the count, how much times we have given the input. And if maximum count is not null, that means we are giving an input. So it will return the maximum count, how many times we have given. And else it returns null. It does not show any output if the input is not given. So here image is equal. This image is whatever the image which is already given, and this fingerprint, whatever the variable here, extract fingerprint. Here we define the function, so we are calling the function for fingerprint. So it is the input whatever we have given now, and here the input which is already given. If both these input images are going to be matched, then the process will be going to execute. Thank you.
My name is Sridhar. Advantages of fingerprint-based ATM. Fingerprint is a based ATM system is more secure than ATM card. User can pay a transaction using this fingerprint anywhere, and anytime he need to have to carry an ATM card. Disadvantages: if the user finger pattern has some cuts and got damaged, the system might not recognize the user.
Our project name is Robotics Team. Our weapon shows the power of humanity. Weapon means to kill the other people, but our weapon shows the power of humanity. Before I am going to explain about our topic, I would like to redefine the definition of war. War means not to kill the other people, but war means win the hearts of the other country people. Now let us imagine a condition that there is a war between the Chinese soldiers and Indian soldiers. Now one Indian soldier was attacked with 10 Chinese soldiers. So every common people think that Chinese soldiers won the war. But here we are placing a small transmitter chip inside the pocket of the Indian soldier. So when the transmitter chip is on, the electromagnetic signals are generated and it is received by the receiver. The receiver is placed in the inside the eyes of robotics leg. So when the robotics leg receives the signal, it moves towards the war location immediately. Robotics leg carries one microchip inside the robotics leg. So it observes the dress code of the Chinese soldiers and Indian soldiers. And when it observes the Chinese soldiers' dress code, it ejects the injections from his mouth and ejects the injections to the Chinese soldiers. Then the Chinese soldiers change state from conscious to unconscious for 24 hours. Then we declare that India has won, but the Chinese soldiers were still alive. Then the Chinese soldiers' family were happy. Robotic snake. Robotic snake is a weapon. Weapon means is used to kill the other people, but our weapon shows the power of humanity. Now let us imagine a condition that there is a war between Indian soldiers and Chinese soldiers. So one Indian soldier was attacked by 10 Chinese soldiers. Every common people think that Chinese soldiers won the war, but here we are placing a small transmitter chip inside the pocket of Indian soldier. So then the transmitter chip is on, then the electromagnetic signals were generated. The signals are received by the receiver, which is placed inside the eyes of the robotic snake. So here, when the robotic snake receives the signal, it moves towards the war location immediately. After the robotic snake carries the particular microchip inside the robotic snake, and the microchip is programmed. Then program the Indian soldiers' record and Chinese soldiers' record. It ejects the injections to the Chinese soldiers' record. Then the Chinese soldiers change state from conscious to unconscious. Then we declare that India has won the war, but the Chinese soldiers are still alive. Then the Chinese soldiers' family were still happy. So soldier is a soldier. He is a trained person for the respective country. So being an engineer, we have developed a new technology for entire world. Now, if we take birth in India, we like our Indian country. If we take birth in China, we like Chinese country. So instead of using bullets, we are using drug-based injection. So war means not to kill the other people and not to win out the dead bodies. War means to win the hearts of the other country people. Thank you.
And we did project on how to develop space vehicles by using artificial intelligence. We can develop space vehicles by using artificial intelligence in an efficient manner.
And unit with space intelligence. Unit with space presence. And the activities are used for the operate the satellites by using payload devices and use it for the nuclear devices. And it's a robot which is it is a robot for operating in the vehicle transferred into the spacecraft. And it is used by
now space scientists are sending so many AI-based vehicles to find the survival on the planet Mars. Program to find the movement of the planets in the solar system, and by using the coordinates hexagonal, bidiagonal, we can find the movement of the planet and the movement of the Mars planet, and its coordinates are and its position in the planet is third position in the solar system.
Today we are talking about piezoelectric transducer. Basically, a transducer can convert one form of energy into another form of energy. Piezoelectric material is one kind of transducer. If we apply any force or pressure on some material, the voltage can be converted into electrical voltage, and that voltage is the function of the applied pressure or force. Look at the diagram of piezoelectric transducer. The crystal is placed between pressure part and the force summing membrane. When we apply external force on the crystal got pressured and the EMF is produced. The produced EMF is proportional to the magnitude of applied force. And it has a high frequency response, and it uses high frequency of azimuth motor. It does not require any external force or external battery supply. It is also called as self-generated transducer.
Good morning, intelligence. We are from first year. This is my third day of the engineering. Within 3 days we have done this project, and our project name is Artificial Intelligence Based on Solar Butterflies. Let us imagine there is a war between India and China. Before the war, we want to know what Chinese people are planning. Not only for this application, let us imagine one.
And next decisions. Motor output is connected to the wings of the butterfly. As the motor rotates, the wings of the butterfly stands flat, and the butterfly moves from one place to another place. The microchip is connected to the transmitter chip. How does the butterfly get fly? Is it possible? The wings of the butterflies are placed with the solar cells. During the sunlight intensity, the solar cells are converted into electrical you are operating the solar butterfly will be having the receiver, and from the transmitter the signals and images are received by the receiver. Thank you.
Artificial intelligence solar butterfly. Battery is connected to the wings coated with solar cells, top and bottom. DC motor, microchip, micro camera, and actuator. Artificial intelligence butterfly places people under the collapse building and it places the idle soldiers and their plans to work conditions. So we wind up our project now. Thank you.
We are from Megha Institute of Engineering and Technology, Karuna, with the stream of Computer Science and Engineering. So today our topic is IoT-based smart agriculture and automated irrigation system. As we know that agriculture is the backbone of our India. In India, 52% people are depending upon agriculture. In this these days, monitoring the agriculture field is a hesitant task. To overcome this problem, we use the IoT-based smart technology for the automated irrigation system.
Here we see the block diagram of smart agriculture. Microcontroller is connected to the power supply, DHT sensor, soil moisture sensor, and OLED display module, power relay, and water pump. Here DHT refers to the digital humidity temperature, and OLED refers to the organic light emitting diode. We have hardware components and the software components in the smart agriculture. Hardware components are modem CUs, DHT11, soil moisture, water motor, and motor driving module. Software requirements are Arduino IDE and Things4. IDE means integrated development data. It is a sensor which is used to sense the moisture level in the soil. Water pump, which is used to supply the water to the field, and DHT it is a hardware requirement. It is used to monitor the humidity and temperature of the atmosphere. Arduino integrated development environment. It is a class platform which is used to function within the C language. Things4 is an IoT application which is used to analyze, aggregate, and visualize the light data stream in the cloud. 5 sensors in the working process, like soil moisture, light, wind, and crop. Soil moisture will test the soil for different climatical conditions. Then coming to moisture sensor, it will sense the values of temperature and humidity values and send warnings to the farmer. Then coming to light sensor will monitor the light levels and the crop growth and soil properties. Then coming to wind wind will help in monitoring the speed of the wind and direction of the wind, which help the farming activities like spraying. Coming to the crop sensor will monitor the crop growth. We are using the SQL code to connect software and hardware devices to know more about the graph, like soil moisture, temperature, etc. We are entering the Wi-Fi and password to access the internet. We are using MQTT protocol to connect two machines using password and forerunners. We are entering the directions of the graph, time limit, and interval. By using these protocols, we are storing the graph. The advantages of smart agriculture are it is reliable and portable, and farmers do not need to travel the field many times, and it is easy to control the usage of water in farmers. And the conclusion of this project is, IoT is used to improve the time management, and it also used to water management, crop monitoring, and soil management and control. And also it helps us to improve the product of market, and it also helps the use of water and with minimum effort. We have all my team members. Thank you for giving this wonderful opportunity for us.
Hello everyone, this is Megha from Megha Institute of Engineering and Technology, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Here our team presenting the project on space-based AI sensor. What is AI? AI is nothing but artificial intelligence. Here we are using AI in robotics to send the robot into space by the rockets or by some sensing machines.
Yes, this is the block diagram of robotic sensors. There are different types of sensors which are connected to each other. And now power supply and brushes, motors, bumper supply, sensors and the wireless. Those are connected to control unit, and control units also are connected to motors. Right? This also are connected to the motor, right? It's also connected. This is the main concept of space-based AI sensor. Let us imagine that we are sending the signals and the robo to the planet Mars through the space. Now here the robo has to land and sense the objects and water molecules and different types of stones through the main microchip program. And it contains the first division of a microchip program. It has to project the sensors and to maintain the, and it clicks the images and it sends the object, and it has to work. Now, working principles of robotic sensor. It has the collection of